Clear.
Yeah.
Yay, we're live.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Sorry for the delay. I showered. You know, something we're always telling you all to do. We gotta make sure we practice what we preach, right? How's everybody doing? Happy Sunday. We're in our lazy clothes. Y buenas noticias, estamos estrenando couch.
Oh, this is weird. It's like inverted. I'm trying to figure out what that yellow thing is. Sorry. Yeah, we're estrenando couch.
How do you say that in English?
Sofá.
No. What? Sofa? No. We're using our couch
For the first time.
Kind of, yeah. We're using our couch almost for the first time. This is our new couch, the one that we had canceled when we panicked and when I lost my job. We canceled this delivery because we thought that we weren't going to be able to afford anything anymore. Long story short,
it's crazy.
We still have the couch.
Yeah, the day that she got fired is the day the couch was coming, and we're like panicking. We're like, yo.
Can we not say that I got fired?
Okay. Yeah.
Because technically I didn't. Because I was never actually hired.
Right.
For anyone who's catching up with us, we moved to Mexico City because I got a job here. Things ended, at least for me, quite dramatically because I was working without a contract, and then they gave me a contract, and long story short, I didn't end up signing it for reasons. Well, you know, we're not going to get into that. But hey, happy Sunday. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We're looking forward to hanging out with you, answering some questions, whether it's about life in Mexico City, whether it's about us. If you want to get to know us a little better, that would be cool. What else can they ask about today?
How much this couch was?
Yeah, you can ask us how much this couch was because, you know, it's a little love seat and it's pretty much all we have. You can see our TV. We had to move it because we put the computer right in front of us on the TV table. But you know what? That reminds me, pretty soon.
TV's back there.
Yeah, back there. Pretty soon, we're going to make a video about what it costs to furnish an apartment because I know that a lot of you all are curious about like what things cost in Mexico. And especially furniture has been quite the surprise for us. So that video will be coming up soon. So before we get to the Q&A, we want to see who all are here. If you see me looking down, it's because the computer is down here. So
I'll just smile like this. This is kind of cool though. Like this is probably the second or third time we use this couch because we left to Chicago, and this live feels very laid back. I like it. I feel like I should have put the other microphone so we could just be like, yo, what's up?
I know,
how's
right?
it going?
Go like this.
Welcome to
all the way back here.
the Eat, Buy, the Travel Home.
All right, guys. Hey, who's here? Hi, Khalid. Who all are here? Mr. or Miss? Yo no sabo. I think it's a Mr. Doing life with Jenny. Who has my name? Hey, what's up? Hey, DJ Muñeco. What's up, friends? Two gringos on the Gulf.
Let's effing go.
Yes. Someone said, hi from Arlington, Texas. How is Chicago? So guess what? We're back in our apartment in Mexico City as of yesterday. We arrived yesterday. It was 6 a.m. flight out of Chicago O'Hare.
It was horrible.
Awful. It was delayed.
It was terrible. Like just the flight itself, it was kind of rough. It was delayed in 2 hours, supposedly.
It was delayed 2 hours, and then we were stuck in the air with a lot of turbulence. So it was actually a pretty scary
ride. It was a roller coaster. People were throwing up.
Yeah, but before that, I almost didn't even get a seat. Because Volaris likes to do this thing where they, you know, make you live life on the edge and you don't know what's going to happen. I got to my seat and the woman had the exact same seat as me. The flight attendant.
24A.
Yeah, it was 24A. She was asking for my boarding pass. We looked at the other woman's boarding pass and we had the exact same seat. Like, how is that going to be possible? So they had me wait all the way in the back for everyone else to sit down. And
it was kind of funny too. Because
I was like, am I going to end up on one of the seats where the flight attendants sit? You know,
on my lap.
Or on your lap. I was ready, whatever cockpit, whatever I needed to do because we were ready. It was getting colder in Chicago and we were ready to come back.
It was a rough night too because it was like I pretty much like pulled an all-nighter, and then when I sit down, I had to go all the way to the window, and then I see Jenny in the back like waiting.
Just waiting.
I was like, hey, let me know if they're not gonna let you on because I'll just get it right off. I'm just ready to go straight to a bed.
They literally just had me wait to see like if there was an extra seat available, like such a Volaris thing to do. And fortunately, there was one seat on this very full flight that I was able to sit on. Everything else was absolutely packed. So I got lucky. And, you
know. But still, the turbulence was rough. It felt like a roller coaster. It was like,
yeah, we tried to land.
People were vomiting.
And then the pilot went, nope, we're going back up. And we circled Mexico City for about an hour before we were able to land.
A 4-hour flight turned into a 5.5-hour flight, right?
6-hour experience.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. We're safe here.
We finally made it.
And then to top it off, it was a crazy day because then we came home, we like laid back and fell asleep. And then like our doorbell kept going off, like,
and I was like, ringing the doorbell. I'm not waiting on anything.
I was like, man, this girl already bought something from Amazon. I was like, what the heck?
We thought it was like deliveries, but we ignored it and we went back to sleep.
But it turns out that I think it was like a little earthquake.
There was an earthquake, and our neighbors
were ringing the doorbell.
We're like, hey, we know you're home now. Come out, So
one of those situations.
That's nice of them, but also we ignored the earthquake alarm.
One of those situations where it's like the Mexican saying, cuando te toca, and if we're gonna die safe in our sleep.
Safe. Let's see who all are here. Hey, from near Pachuca. Ooh, we got people from Pachuca.
Pachuca, is that Shile?
No, somebody also named Jenny. Howdy, David Cox. Hey, David. Gary Green says, happy belated birthday. So we recently posted a video of us partying and celebrating Kevin's birthday in Xochimilco. Xochimilco is like Mexico's Venice near Mexico City. But that was actually something we did and filmed in November. So Kevin's birthday is actually in November. All of you very sweet people wishing him a happy birthday still. You're very kind. We appreciate it. But that was a very delayed post video.
It's still my birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
Kevin will. Such a big deal all right. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Okay, who else is on here? William Guzman. Hi, I would like to know what utilities and cable companies can be paid from the U.S. From the U.S. Like you live in the U.S. and you want to pay for cable and utilities here.
I don't know.
I don't know if I understand the question, but if you have bills going on over here, like if there's anything we know you can pay online, it's the gas. There's something called Naturgy. And I pay that gas bill online. I pay the internet bill online. A lot of things are online now so far.
It's easier when you have a Mexican bank account too.
Yeah, it is. It's easier when you have a Mexican bank account.
But if you're saying like to bring a service from the U.S. to Mexico,
I don't think you can do that. No. Yeah.
Just Starlink.
In the past video, you said you were sick due to the smog. Are you adjusting? Is the Mexico City smog that bad? Worse than Los Angeles? So how's the smog here in Mexico City?
The thing is that it changes. It varies based on the day. We got here yesterday and it was raining, and it hadn't rained here in a while, so the skies were like super clear.
And the cool thing is that when it rains, it kind of clears out some of that smog, and we can tell because we can see these beautiful mountains. There's a beautiful mountain view from our apartment, but
when it's strong, like your eyes hurt, and it is pretty rough. I think like when it's hot,
and if it hasn't rained in a while, it tends to feel heavier. But it also depends on how close you live to busy streets, how close you live to the center of the city, I think, because we live towards the south end of the city, near Coyoacán, and that's apparently some of the greenest part of all of the entire Mexico City. They have this huge forest preserve called Viveros, and they call it Mexico City's lung, el pulmón de la Ciudad de México, because it creates so much oxygen and cleans out so much of the air. And we live like 2 blocks from it, at the most 3 blocks from it. 2
Mexican blocks from it.
2 Mexico City blocks from that park. So we're really lucky to be able to live near lots of green spaces, and that's actually one of the reasons we chose our neighborhood. And that helps a lot. We get to have a little bit more clean air. Now, that also means that you're paying more. A lot of people, both in Mexico and like Mexican immigrants in Chicago that we were talking to in the last couple of weeks, when we tell them we live in this neighborhood, they go, oh, you live in the fancy area, which is not even this. We're not in Polanco. We're not in Roma. now we're not in Condesa. We're not in those neighborhoods that
the popular, famous ones.
Popular with foreigners. Those are heavily, I guess, considered gentrified. Lots of European, North American expats or immigrants live there. But we decided not to live there on purpose because we wanted something that felt a little bit more local, and we wanted something close to UNAM, which was the university where my job was going to be office located at. So we ended up deciding to live on the southernmost limit of the Alcaldía of Benito Juárez, which I don't know how to, I think they're called boroughs in English. Like there's not really an equivalent. I try to think like, are they counties? Are they, I don't know.
Neighborhoods.
Kind of, because there's neighborhoods within these neighborhoods. So when we cross the big busy street, it's Coyoacan, but we're on the Benito Juárez side of that street. And our colonia is called Acacias, which is primarily like I don't know if I've ever really seen any other foreigners in our neighborhood. It's primarily Mexican, but it's definitely wealthier Mexicans, and you can tell by the clothes people are wearing. They're walking, they're very expensive dogs, and they're not very friendly. Like they don't really say hi.
But to answer your question, we can't really compare it to Los Angeles because we never lived there.
True.
I just compare it to Chicago, and yeah, Chicago's air is way
much cleaner. Yes, definitely. All right, let's see what else we got in terms of questions. Ron Wright says, you guys seem pretty cool. Nice surprise to have someone live to chat. Oh, thanks, Ron.
What do you mean like live?
You're cool. It's just to hang out, to chat with people. Good evening, Juan. Wilfredo Silva. I'm in the process of furnishing our house that we rented unfurnished in Querétaro. Nice. Congratulations. Where are you shopping for your furniture? Let us know. Hola, Karina. Oops. Arisa. How was the Volaris flight? Did you get a seat? Yes.
It's a rough flight, but we made it.
It was a rough flight. Eventually, I did get a seat. Hi from Orlando. Ooh, Orlando's nice.
Orlando, Florida?
Yeah, right. Where are there other Orlandos? Orlando.
You need to move here. Mickey Mouse. Maybe we'll work for Mickey Mouse.
I mean, I wouldn't mind working at Disney World, I think. Hi from San Diego. Another place I really want to visit. Hi, Mario. Andrew Ramirez. Hi from San Francisco. My wife and I love your channel. Thanks, guys. And we're planning to relocate to CDMX very soon. Did you maintain your U.S. cell phone numbers after you relocated to Mexico?
Yes.
Yes, we did. And financially, it's not the best move because we're paying U.S. prices still. Obviously, we're on a family plan with Kevin's family.
It might be time to just maybe keep one phone number, depending on where we head to next. But
because there have been so many unknowns, we're like, we're gonna keep it just because we don't really know. We want to stay connected, and not everybody can easily access WhatsApp.
It depends what you're gonna do for work too. Like if you're gonna apply to a job in the U.S. and you probably need an American number or etc. But yeah, I've kept mine.
Yeah, because Kevin's job is based in the U.S., so he's kept it, and we have both. We have U.S. cell service and we have Mexican cell service also. From Oxxo, right? We just go to Oxxo and ask them for a chip. Cool, that's a good question. Ron again says from Southern California. Cool. Retired United Airlines flight attendant. Cool. Love United Airlines. All right. Juan says, we're thinking about relocating to Mexico, originally from Mexico, but have lived most of our time in California. We can relate to that, except for Illinois, right? What would be your advice for things to consider before making a decision to relocate?
I mean, for me, it would be that you rent out an Airbnb and for a couple months or a month based off the place that you want to check out. Mm-hmm. So just moving all your stuff first, I would kind of just come with one luggage per person, like a big luggage per person, and just kind of like travel around. It's crazy in the beginning when you move and you feel like you have all these things back at home and you're attached to a certain shirt, shoes, hat, whatever. And then you're like moving on to a different world. Like for us, like the way we lived the first couple of years was just with like exchanging clothes every 6 months, and we live with the same jeans, shirts, and you learn to appreciate things a little bit more. But it just makes it easier to move around. So I would say, hey, you want to check out Querétaro? Go get an Airbnb, stay there for a month
before you commit,
yeah.
and take all your things with you. If you're taking all your things with you, yeah. Because what if you don't end up liking that area, or what if you don't know how to pick a neighborhood? You have to really experience them. So I think the Airbnbs are the way to go, with just light luggages before you commit to
something bigger.
All of your things. So testing it out, definitely test it out.
That would be my biggest advice.
Mm-hmm. Hi, James Baracas in San Jose. Tanya G. Wilkins, hey. Without a job, do you still want to stay in Mexico City? Great question. So most of you are probably aware that we moved to Mexico City because of the job. It's a really amazing city. We love being here. I think like Chicago, it might be more of it's a city we love to visit and we enjoy it. But for living full time, it can be a lot. Like I know people who love living here, and they say it's the greatest city in the world, and it's definitely one of the greatest cities in the world. But to live here, sometimes it can be challenging. So, without a job keeping us here, we don't feel the need to really stay, because there's so much more in Mexico that we also enjoy that's more affordable. Like, this is a pretty expensive, high cost of living city, and will give us more of the lifestyle things that we like. And there's, like they say, Mexico City has everything for everyone, but it's a very challenging city also.
Yeah. So in short, no.
Yeah. Short answer, no.
I don't think we would live here without a job, or something that's worth, like a job that's worth staying here for. Mm-hmm. I think that we like I said, we've become kind of not minimalist, but we don't need everything that we've had before. So we don't need to have a McDonald's or a Chicago beef or we just lay back, anything chill with good food, good community. I think community is really, really, really important. Yeah. And I think that's what Mexico City has taught us. That we've been to other places where it's smaller and we build a community faster, made friends along the way. And Mexico City is a little bit difficult, because you make a friend in Polanco and it's like, dang.
Yeah, and
you live 40 minutes away, that's an hour and 20 minutes round trip just to go hang out with friends, right?
Friends here, but it's so hard to meet up when commutes make it difficult to hang out.
And any other city like Querétaro, that's even a little bit smaller, right? But you can get to a place in Uber in 10 minutes, you're there, etc. That's kind of my main driver, and the community just kind of gives you life. So.
Hey, Ricky Tan in Concord. Did I get that right?
But I like that question, Tanya. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Good. Right now I live in Yarly.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Miss you too. Hope y'all have a good time.
How do we like the fast pace of Mexico City? It's exciting. It's when you're a tourist, I think I enjoy it more as a tourist than I do as someone who's living here, because when you're trying to just get your groceries or just do your day-to-day things and get home or whatever it is you need to do, the fast-pacedness gets tiring. It gets tiring after a while. But as a visitor, it's awesome. It's energizing. But long-term, it's not necessarily something that I want or we want.
Some people may like it, yeah.
Yeah, but there are people who thrive on that. So not to say that other people might not. Okay. And David Cox, near Frida Kahlo Museum. Yeah, yes. Actually, we do live pretty close.
She's our neighbor.
Near the Frida Kahlo Museum. We're probably a 15-minute walk from here.
Yeah.
10.
We still haven't been.
10 if you walk at my pace. Yeah, we still haven't been. Wilfredo says he's in Arlington, Texas right now. What's up? Bought appliances at Costco. Ideas about everything else. Wait, are you moving all the things you're buying in Arlington to Querétaro? Because there's Costco's in Querétaro too. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, but it'd probably be more expensive. So
But then the shipping.
But if you're gonna drive.
Oh, if he's driving,
yeah. It's easier when you're in Texas.
Yeah, compared to Illinois. Hey, Ramses del Campo, saludos to West Palm Beach. Oof, that sounds nice right now.
Yeah, we need a beach.
It was unseasonably warm in Chicago, so when we first arrived, we're like, "Oh, it's not so bad. We can do this."
And the last day we saw snow.
Yeah, and then the last day we were there, it snowed, and the temperatures were dropping, and we're like, "Okay, we're ready to go back to Mexico City."
Yeah.
World of Nuance says, "Hey guys, fellow creator here. Enjoy your videos. Did you guys get temporary residency in Mexico? If so, what's your tax situation look like?"
Tax situation?
No, the first question.
No,
we don't have residency in Mexico because we're dual citizens. We have Mexican citizenship by heritage. Our parents were born in Mexico. We were born in the US. So
we consider that a superpower.
It is totally a superpower. We took our parents' birth certificates to the Mexican consulate along with other documents. And we have a legal right to Mexican citizenship by heritage. We actually have a series of how to do that on our channel. So if you have a Mexican parent or grandparent in your lineage, then you can also potentially get Mexican citizenship. So check that out. And we're going to be making updates to that series because there have been a couple of changes. The process overall is the same, but steps.
3 years old almost too.
Yeah.
Doug Miller says, long time no chat. What's up, Doug? We have Portillo's in Texas now. Wow. Yeah, Portillo's has been growing pretty fast. It's a chain, I think, ever since like 8-9 years ago, ever since they bought it, they've been expanding to different places.
Fun fact, our very first meal in Chicago this recent visit was Portillo's, and we didn't like it. It was unsatisfying because Kevin's preferred and our preferred beef is from Johnny's, and Johnny's was closed at the moment.
But the thing is also that every Portillo's has different taste to it. It's strange. It's not very consistent because the one that I normally go to, it's normally really good.
We like the one on Harlem.
Yeah, in Summit. And we went to the one in Cicero.
Yeah, there's a new one in Cicero. Not good.
It wasn't that great, bro.
Yeah, we made a vlog, if you guys haven't seen it, of our top eats in Chicago for every
Chicagoland,
technically.
Don't want to make anybody mad saying, oh, I wasn't in Chicago, because it wasn't, so whatever.
When you first visited Mexico, did people notice you from the U.S.? I first visited Mexico when I was 8 months old. So
when we first visited,
I was 8 months old, and then again when I was 2, we visited Mexico a lot growing up with our families.
But people know that we're not from Mexico because of the way we speak.
Depending on how long they talk to us. If these are simple interactions at the grocery store or on the street, it's
no big deal.
They can't tell. But if we talk for more than 5 minutes, then they
start to wonder
where our accent is from, because we don't speak like anyone else around here.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Heard Mexico was the second largest export market for Chinese cars in 2023. Have you noticed more rideshare cars or cars in general being Chinese EVs in Mexico City? Well, I definitely noticed a lot of car models
Kias
that we don't see in the US. I don't always know if they're Chinese.
Yeah.
But there are definitely lots of car models where I was like, wow, we've never seen that one before. And so I don't really know how else to answer your question. Sorry. Hey, Doug. Oh, Sergio Rodriguez says Portillo's in Texas sucks. Sorry, Sergio.
It's hard to match. It's kind of like having brisket, in Texas, and then having it, I don't know, like in Chicago, it's still not the same, even though we think it's the same.
Hi, Sebastian Quintana, and hello, Jaslyn Jimenez from El Paso, Texas.
El Paso, saludos to El Paso. Cool place.
Yeah. Is there an equivalent of Venmo or Cash App in Mexico City? It seems that people tend to do local bank transfers.
Yeah, I think the only transfer app that I can think of is just bank transfers.
Yeah, no, I don't think that there's an equivalent, but They really need to come up with one soon.
I don't know. I think it's fine the way it is.
You think? No, well, I think it's tough because people who don't have a Mexican bank account they can't send electronic payments.
Yeah, but the scams,
Well, I don't know.
I don't know. I think it's, yeah.
No, yeah, it's tough because, we're lucky enough to be able to open up a bank account like that. Like, it's easy for us, but other people who don't have dual citizenship or don't have Mexican citizenship, it's much harder to open up a bank account and then make digital transfers.
Can you use, like, if you're a Mexican, can you use Cash App in the U.S.?
We're talking about...
No, but the other way around, can you?
Yeah, anybody can open
Cash App in the U.S. I don't know that.
Braulio Aguayo, are we related?
Cousin.
And saludos from Chicago, here in Garfield Ridge.
Hey, I heard it.
I wonder if you guys know my brothers. Do you guys prefer the city life or the rancho life?
A mix of both.
The perfect life has a little bit of both because you need balance in life. You also need, beach in there somewhere. City life is amazing, but every once in a while, you need
fresh food, you need fresh milk,
air.
You need fresh air. You have a rancho by the beach too, so you need a fresh beach. Rancho life is super, super healthy. It makes you reflect, think a lot. It's nice. I love rancho life.
Disconnect.
Yeah, I love it.
What are the biggest challenges for you living in Mexico City? For us living in Mexico City, what would you say the biggest challenge?
Community. It's been hard to find a community. It's been hard to make friends, I guess, or try to meet with friends. It almost feels like we're back in the US where
everyone's busy.
Everybody's in a rush.
Or you have to schedule social
life
like a week or two, like a couple weeks in advance. The nice thing about here is that you can go out for a walk and there's people everywhere. But depending on, where your friends live, like our friends live kind of far from us.
I think that's the hardest one, the community one.
Yeah, and for us, making friends in the dance community has always been the quickest and the easiest, but we haven't really been dancing here much because it's, most of the the dancing is in like Roma or those neighborhoods. And that's at least a 30 to 40 minute commute for us. So then we get lazy or tired to go out.
We need to go to Coyoacán more. Centro Coyoacán has dancing on Saturday and Sunday at the little Plaza in front of the Mercado. We need to go there and make some friends. We've been snoozing. We've been busy. I guess you're just busy. Like all of a sudden you're just busy.
What is a good salary in Chicago versus Mexico City?
I don't even know these days anymore. Everything is expensive in both places. Inflation is just up. I don't know. But
in Chicago, if I'm gonna take a wild guess, for like a couple or maybe a single person, I would say 50 to 60K.
Yeah.
50 to 60,000 US dollars for a single person. Everybody's lifestyle is different.
I would say it's the same in Mexico City, like 50 to 60K USD to live
like well and super comfortably. Like
because
I think what you're saying is even on the upper range.
Think so?
Yes, I do.
But where would you live if you don't everything's so expensive here now. We live in Coyoacán, where we live in our area, right? It's expensive, but if you go to Roma, Polanco, it's even more expensive. So Mexicans who work in Mexico City
usually live on the outskirts of the city.
They live in el Estado de Mexico, which is a completely different world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's easy to say, oh, well, it's less, but I don't think so. I really don't. I think it's to live comfortably, you're looking at 50 to 60. I don't. That's just my opinion, though. It's rough.
It's all relative. What does live comfortably mean?
Live in a place where you can walk out safe, be in a place where you're safe, where you can go and hang out with friends is the same thing. Where you can find cheaper rents, where you're gonna it's going to take you an hour commute or 45-minute commute outside of Mexico City. So
that's a really tough question, Sebastian Quintana. Sorry that we don't have good answers.
Yeah, but I'm being real. Like it's not cheap here at all. Or
yeah. Someone asked, is Mexico City safer than Chicago?
Chicago in February is safe. It's too cold to crime.
Too cold to crime in Chicago. That's kind of true, because the summers are the hottest time for crime and in temperature. So things are relatively chill when we were in Chicago these last couple of weeks. But
I'm gonna say like it's.
But still, like we were making jokes about Kevin wearing black and red or black and blue, and in our neighborhood you can't walk outside wearing black and something, because then there are gang affiliations. And we were making jokes. We open the front door and we see a gangbanger wearing those same clothes, and we're like, close the door. I mean, it's just part of like where we grew up. We grew up on the south side of Chicago, southwest side, and it's just the truth. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. And thinking about like how there are so many gunshots in the summer, and like, oh, we don't hear them so much in the winter because. And
it sucks because these are communities too, that the ones that are struggling the most, like Little Village, La Villita, Pilsen, La 18. Like I can't just walk around wearing black and gold or black and yellow. While here, like I don't think about what I wear. I just go out.
Yeah.
So it's weird.
But. Yeah. So I mean, in both cities, in both Mexico City and Chicago, we're thinking about our safety. But I feel like in the last, how long have we lived in Mexico City now? Like 6 months now?
Almost 7.
Let's say in the last 6-7 months, I am more concerned about my safety when I'm in Chicago than I am when I'm in Mexico City. And that has a lot to do with the neighborhoods that I'm frequenting, that I'm visiting, because where we grew up, not the safest. And where we live now in Mexico City, it is one of the most safest neighborhoods in Mexico City.
Yeah, it's like if we moved to Naperville, and well, it's not Chicago though, but whatever.
But they're very different contrasts. And one of the things for us, fortunately, we can afford to live in a safer neighborhood in Mexico City versus in Chicago. Probably not. Yeah. Good question. Let's see, catching up on other questions from you guys. Osiris Robledo, I like your name. What are your plans for living in Mexico for the long run? Do you guys plan on living in Mexico for the rest of your lives, like retiring? That's a great question, because in our last video, we were literally just reflecting on whether or not we should move back to the US/Chicago after having lived in Mexico for 3 years. So I'll let you start on this one. What are our plans long term? Are we going to live in Mexico the rest of our lives? Are we going to retire here? Well,
I really don't know. I think
my mom always says, "Asegúrame la vida para mañana." Promise me I'm going to live tomorrow. I don't know.
I mean, I just think in the long run, I don't know what to tell you. I just see myself in Mexico at least the next 3-4 years, and then we'll see where we go from there. But retirement is, I don't see like retirement being a place where you're just like, oh, I'm retired and I'm here forever. Maybe have a home base, but I don't know. Maybe an opportunity comes up in Italy or in Spain or Colombia or Argentina, and we'll take it. Like, I think that at this point, I love Mexico. This is my roots, but I just don't think about it that far. I don't know why, but I can't. But I do think like the next 2-3 years for sure, we want to make it here. We moved to Mexico City because we want to be here. We want to make it here. Things didn't work out how they want to, so we're gonna keep working at making it here. But I don't know. Retirement seems far. Who knows if we'll even retire?
Who knows if we'll even live that long? But if we do, my answer is going to be quite different from his. I see myself living in Mexico long term. I see myself retiring here. We're travelers at heart. I think we're always going to be traveling. So when you bring up like maybe we'll be in Italy, maybe we'll be in Colombia, I think we're always going to have that desire to be in other places. But something you also kind of referenced is at the end of the day, Mexico calls us back more than the US, I think. So we have we have 1 foot in the US and 1 foot in Mexico. We spend more time in Mexico than we do in Chicago these days. But part of being a dual citizen is like having the best of both worlds. So we have things going on for us financially in the US. We have our family there. We have things going on for us financially in Mexico. We have family in Mexico. So, but in terms of where we want to live, Mexico has our hearts in a way, in a long-term way that no other place in the world has. Colombia is a really close second. And it's a place that I want to be in over and over again. But at the end of the day, I think Mexico is it for us. And that's where I want to figure it out. The US is a great place to make money. Like, that's why people migrate there. It's money. But for me, life is more than just about money. And recently we considered, do we move back to the US for a couple of years to make money? And I don't know, after these couple of weeks, we decided. Sorry.
She decided for me.
I decided within myself, and this is us having this conversation with you right now. Like there's still no definite answer, but for me, I decided that I feel healthier in Mexico, and my health is the most important to me. So I hope you're cool with that. And if you're not, we can talk about it off camera. Sorry, guys.
No, it's just retirement sounds, I don't know. Like, what is retirement, right? Like, I don't know.
I mean, we have Roth IRAs that we're putting money into. We've invested in properties.
But like, what's retirement? Like, I don't know.
That just means like where you're gonna live out your old days. Mm-hmm. And what do you have financially going for yourself to sustain you when you no longer have the ability to work as much as you're working right now? That's what retirement means.
So just quit YouTube and then we don't work that much. All right, we'll move on. We'll talk about it.
Moving on. Great question. Thank you for asking that. You really got us thinking and talking in a way that we've started these conversations, but we haven't really finished them because we always end up kind of in the same place. We don't know, but there's like, oh, but maybe this and maybe that. Yeah. Thanks for that. Sorry, I'm going back through the questions. When are you having kids? Is that my mom in a disguised
Loretta
YouTube?
Urban.
Loretta Urban. Are you my mom? Are you Kevin's dad? We get that question a lot.
So they were decided to have kids that they were done with YouTube. Done.
Wow. I see you just decided that for yourself.
When she decided to retire. For real, I don't want to. We can barely even do YouTube now. Imagine with a kid.
Okay, but go back to the original question. When are you having kids?
When am I having kids? I haven't asked myself that yet. I don't know.
I'm turning 30 next month. The biological clock is ticking. Dun, dun, dun. I think like a couple more years of carefree life. And then we talk about it. So visiting family and friends these last couple of weeks in Chicago, we met and
so many babies.
We were around so many babies.
So cute babies too.
Baby fever is real. It happens every time we visit home, like all the babies in our family.
Not like this time though.
This time it was different.
It was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot more. Definitely got us thinking into putting kids into planning for our future. And yeah. Yes. The answer is yes, we want kids. The question was when are we having kids? I would say give me a couple more years of carefreeness.
Meantime, just enjoy YouTube.
Enjoy us while you have us, because apparently once we have kids, that's the end of YouTube.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put my baby in a YouTube video. It's my baby.
Okay. Also from Illinois, but by St. Louis. Hey. Is there an American name store in Mexico like Costco? Are they more expensive than the US? Asks Ricky. There's definitely stores like Sam's Club and Walmart, Costco. We don't have memberships to either. So we don't know. But the Walmart prices, I would say, are definitely cheaper here because they're more on par with like Mexican salaries. But Walmart can be a little bit more expensive sometimes, depending on the products. But we shop at Walmart because we have one close to us. We also go to Soriana, sometimes Chedraui.
Or the store in UNAM too. That's a pretty cool one.
Yeah, the UNAM campus has a big grocery store.
Maybe subsidized, huh?
And those prices are even cheaper than Walmart. So Walmart is not like the cheapest grocery option. Unlike I think in the US, it tends to be known for being more affordable, but not in Mexico. But it's definitely not as expensive in the US. Saludos. Thank you everyone for all your saludos. How did your parents get papers? I think you're asking like in the US.
I don't know if
I want to answer that question.
Meet us in Mexico City and we'll talk. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it. It's just they got them, right?
They got them. We're just gonna say they got them. Yeah, sorry. Is there a certain amount of income to show when you retire in Puerto Vallarta?
I think that happens when you're trying to get residency. Right?
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have experience getting residency, but there are other great channels out there that will talk about how to get residency.
My relocation guide in Mexico.
Yeah, check out Mexico Relocation Guide. We're in the process of collaborating with them. So hopefully there'll be like an affiliate link soon or something.
Yeah, but check them out. They're good. Mm-hmm. Good info.
Hey, what's some lingo you all have noticed from Mexico City? Any favorite phrases?
Chale. Like that, chale, hijo. ¿Qué pasó, carnal?
Quesadilla con queso o quesadilla sin queso is probably one of my favorite things.
Chale.
I don't have many phrases.
¿Qué pasó, carnal? That's the two big ones.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys are on fire with these questions. Thank you so much.
I feel like we're dragging them out a lot. Sorry, but hey, it's juicy.
You know what? There were some good questions
on Instagram.
Over on Instagram too. Thank you for those who submitted your questions in advance. Somebody asked if I ended up getting the seat on Volaris. Yes, I did. Will we be okay with moving back to the USA? We're not moving back to the US, are we? No. I would have to be like really stranded. Like if you all suddenly stopped supporting us on YouTube and Kevin got fired, I think we would figure something out.
I think the only place I'd like to live in the US, San Diego.
Isn't that like the most expensive place to live in the US?
If we can make it in the US in San Diego, then I'd like to live there.
That would be interesting.
It's so close to Mexico.
Yeah.
It has a beach.
That would be interesting.
It would be probably,
Okay, so one of the questions is, do you make money from YouTube? Do we make money from YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes, but not enough to sustain us, which is why I'll be looking for at least part-time work in addition to staying focused on YouTube. Kevin's got his full-time job. Like if we could just do YouTube and make videos and make enough money with just YouTube, we would be doing that, but that's not the case.
Like even then, you don't always put all your eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube can just change their standards, and then we're just left alone on an island. So
Heidi Hodges from Kenosha, what's up?
Kenosha. Hold on. Kyle, what's up, Kyle? Kyle made a nice comment. He said, Wise is a popular money exchange here.
Yes.
An app. So maybe, we didn't even know about that one. Wise.
We've used Wise before.
TransferWise?
Yeah, that's the same thing. They just changed names. Yeah. So Mary, quite. What's a good way to send money to Mexico? Wise, TransferWise. My brother also uses Remitly, but haven't used it.
Bank to bank.
Bank to bank.
Or get the Charles Schwab.
Oh, Charles Schwab is great. Like you can just withdraw from any ATM in Mexico. Jim Knott just spent 2 weeks in Puerto Escondido, our favorite place. Looked all around for you guys. Oops, sorry. Did you know that the new highway in Oaxaca is now open? Is it really?
It is open, but it's like...
I heard it was only partially open.
It's half used. It's supposed to be open since 2019 or 18.
It's delayed. But if it's actually really open?
There's a spot, I think, that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah. Driving dangerous? Or
yeah, because there's a spot where they were talking about when we went that like the mountains are still kind of crumbling around it and it's not safe, so you gotta be careful because there isn't like anybody to help you out on the road. So
it's like it's very, very...
That's what I heard. Yeah,
isolated.
I want to check it out. Maybe we rent a car and drive there.
What's up, Luis Perez from South Texas? Lots of Texas and Illinois and California.
Sebastian.
Oh! Wait, I got lost. Oh, here we are. Where were you reading? I don't know. Where are we now? We're back in our apartment in Mexico City as of yesterday, for those who are just joining us.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Which one?
Look right here. Daniel de Inverno.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, does the Chicago Mexican community give a similar lifestyle as in Mexico?
Does the Chicago Mexican community give a similar lifestyle as in Mexico? We can kind of speak to that. That's a good question because it's a video topic idea that we had that we didn't get a chance to make. We wanted to show you all and let us know if this is even interesting to you. We're thinking about showing you all the Mexican Chicago that we grew up in. Cicero, Little Village, Pilsen,
Okay, La 26, La 18.
Mm-hmm. So there are parts of Chicago that are so Mexican that you don't even need to. You don't really. You don't speak much English. Like if you speak Spanish, you can go the entire week speaking Spanish in that neighborhood, and that's how we grew up. We grew up surrounded by very Mexican neighbors, restaurants. Church, everything, school, like our high school and our schools growing up, 90% Mexican, Hispanic. So
does the Chicago Mexican community give us
the lifestyle?
It like
as much as it can, as much as like it possibly can.
It's like an appetizer. Let's put it like that. Little bit
surface level.
Like Chicago's special because even they have the Mexican Chicago Museum, right?
Chicago has the nation's only Mexican American museum of art.
That's there's a couple of things that are really special, I think, about Chicago, but it's still different. It's still
about Mexican Chicago.
It's still the U.S.
Hopefully, we can still get around to making that video.
No, we're gonna do it.
We want to talk about how so many Mexicans ended up in Chicago, like this random city in this cold Midwest part of the U.S.
Yeah,
there's a rhyme and a reason, and that's going to be a great video. We'll talk about how our families ended up there too. Yeah, let's go back to.
You gotta go down.
Oh! Sorry, I keep getting lost.
Heidi Hodges, I hope I said it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your super thanks. We appreciate you so much. Do you think it's easier making good quality friends in the U.S. or Mexico?
It depends where you're at, and
it's I don't think it's country versus country. I think it's more big city versus small town.
And what community you're in too, because I like all my friends in Chicago are from. A lot of my friends in Chicago are from high school or college, and.
But if you're new, they're talking about if you're new to a place.
That's hard for me to.
So my answer to that is when you're in a smaller town or a smaller community, I think it's easier. People say hello more. I think in the Roma, Polanco, Condesa areas, there are lots of meetups, lots of language exchanges. People make lots of friends there. We make friends in the dance community. In our neighborhood, people don't really say hi as much, so it's a little harder to get people talking. people are just kind of like in their own world. And I think that's a big city thing. Like when you think of like New York City and Chicago, like even when it comes to making friends in a new place, do it with an activity, do it with a hobby or something where you're regularly joining, like whether a fitness class, a running club, arts, like crafts, something. You'll make friends like that quick. I don't think I can really compare a country to a country. Saludos desde Las Vegas. Hey, Vegas.
Saludos. Saludos to the love of mezcal.
Hey, guys. How do we earn a living? Asks Mary. Really quick, how do we earn a living?
YouTube, and I have a remote job.
YouTube is a small fraction of that, but Kevin's job is based out of Texas and is completely remote. And
that's it.
And that's it, yeah. How much is the rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in your area? We saw rents ranging in this area from, I think, averaging 17,000 Mexican pesos to 25,000 Mexican pesos.
We're talking about
1,000 to
1,600.
Yeah, between 1,000 to 1,500 US dollars for a 2-bedroom in our neighborhood, and I consider that to be very expensive. Expensive is relative depending on where you're coming from, but in Mexico City and in Mexico in general, I think that's very elevated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hello to Seattle.
Hey, Christopher, what's up?
Somebody asked, how much do we spend in a month in Mexico City?
We need to do our budget again.
We need to go over our finances to give you a good idea, and I think that would actually be a good video.
Especially like with you having a job and now with you
not having a job. Our spending habits have changed
differently. Yeah.
Yep. Ram says, do you think it might be easier to make friends in Querétaro? And is it cold in Mexico City right now? It's 66 degrees and raining up in Florida. Wow.
Well, we have the same temperature.
Yeah.
It's about 63 degrees, chilly here. And it's hoodie weather, which we love.
Yeah. Mornings and evenings in Mexico City are chilly. You want a light jacket. And then in the middle of the day when the sun is out, it can be like 75 degrees Fahrenheit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's comfortable. Like I always say, it's like spring weather, but in the winter, the temperatures drop at night much more than in the summer.
Especially when you get cold fronts.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it.
Do we think it's easier to make friends in Querétaro?
It's a hard one, but yes and no. Yes, because there's a lot of internationals and it's easier to get around to meet each other. And no, for us specifically, because it's a different atmosphere, I guess. It was
harder for us to make local Mexican friends in Querétaro. Querétaro is another pretty wealthy city, and I don't know.
There's a lot of fresas. That's it.
I think we grew up in a lower socioeconomic upbringing in the U.S., so we don't always feel like we have a lot in common with people in the upper classes in Mexico. So that's an interesting little tip for you guys right there. We tend to make friends more easily with people who grew up in
ranchos.
Lower socioeconomic levels. And in Querétaro, they're the Mexicans that live there, a lot of them come from very affluent backgrounds. And so most of the friends that we did make in Querétaro were international or from either from the US or other countries.
Which is strange.
But it is a smaller city. So I think that overall, just based on that, it was generally easier to make friends there, I think, than here in Mexico City. There seems to be a large number of universities throughout Mexico. Is it possible for you to find another job at a university in your field in Mexico? Is that an option you're exploring? That's an option that I'm open to later. Right now, things change so much. My career is in higher ed, but I don't feel so emotionally attached to that career anymore as much after this negative experience that I had. Like, to me, on paper, this was my dream job. And after how difficult this experience was, I don't feel motivated to look for another university job in Mexico right now. I'd rather continue making YouTube videos and working towards our investment idea in Puerto Escondido. So for those of you who don't know, we bought land on the coast of Oaxaca, and we want to build something there, something that we could live at, but also potentially like make a business out of. And the idea was that we were going to be able to start building this year, but financially we have to figure out how to make money and also continue making videos. I realized that having both a full-time job, both of us, and the YouTube channel is rough. So right now I'm just going to take it easy and continue on the YouTube channel. But yeah, I think if I wanted to, I could. I just haven't really looked into it.
And we've brainstormed some nice content. So
we're so excited for the next series of videos for you guys. And we're finally gonna have the time and energy to make them, whereas the last 3 months when we were both working, it wasn't possible.
Thank you, Mas Nord. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
It might be too cold for crime in Mexico, but it's never too cold for a cafecito.
That's so true. Like, you want to Coyoacán and everybody's in the corners at Los Jarochos drinking coffee. It's so beautiful.
It's one of my favorite things. Like, having caffeine at night for me is not a good combination.
But we like to see people.
But yeah, going out for a walk in the evening after dinner and seeing people in large groups having coffee out in Coyoacán is just one of my favorite things to see. It makes me so happy. I don't know why.
We gotta bring that back to like Chicago,
right?
Like, if there's something I would bring back Chicago, is to try to figure out that sense of community at parks. Like, here, life is at parks, and like, even when it's cold, like, people are out at parks.
People gather.
That's one thing that was like, it's kind of like missing, I think, in Chicago and just maybe the U.S. in general. The social perspective of things is not fully there. Like, imagine going to a park where you have your kids and like having a coffee or a glass of wine while your kids are playing. It's non-existent. Like, it's just that everywhere.
It's those little things that make you go, life. Somebody asked, how much do we pay for rent and how many bedrooms? We're gonna do a video soon of how much we pay for everything, rent, our furniture. But really quickly right now, just tell you our rent here at this apartment. This is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment in Colonia Acacias, and we pay 19,500 Mexican pesos, or about $1,100 US. And that is way more than we ever really considered thought about paying in Mexico. But all the things like safety, clean air, proximity to my previous employment, those were all important factors, and we ended up choosing this place. But otherwise, we normally would not be settling or like accepting to pay for this much. Yep. All right. You guys are so great with these questions.
Sebastian Quintana, thank you so much. You rock too, buddy.
You rock. Thank you. Got a long way to go for retirement, putting a little money. Yep. We're all about like financial health. That's really important to us. So we have our Roth IRAs that we prioritize, and we always aim to spend less than what we earn. Mm-hmm. Kevin's facial expressions are hilarious. They are, aren't they? He keeps me laughing all day long with his face.
She married me because I'm funny looking. Wow. Snake.
Somebody asked what happened to the land we purchased. It's there. We just keep
it up with it.
We got quotes for how much it would cost to build there, and we can't afford it yet. All of our savings went to buying it, and it's just going to take a long time for us to make that money to be able to build it. We don't qualify for a loan in Mexico to build. We don't have any credit history in Mexico, and our U.S. credit history. Like taking out a big loan in the U.S. to build here, it just doesn't seem like, no, it wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, don't have kids.
The Lord is coming.
Get healthy first. Yes, when I think about having kids, I think about like, do I feel healthy enough? Some of you guys are aware that I have fibromyalgia, which is a musculoskeletal condition, and it comes with a lot of fatigue, lots of muscle pain, and I go like, man, like if I can barely take care of myself, like how can I take care of kids? So I'm still working on healing that first as much as I can. They say it's an emotional thing, so I'm working on that too. So Kevin, where would you like to retire? That's a hard question for Kevin because he can't think that far ahead.
I really can't.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, what this thing keeps. Tanya says she watched this other YouTube channel, other older couple traveling together since they were younger, alternated between years of working and years of full-time travel. That back and forth thing might not be too bad. Yeah.
¿Cómo aprendieron español en la escuela, en la casa, por la televisión?
A ver, ahora sí. We're going to answer this one in Spanish. A ver.
Yo aprendí español porque mis papás, cuando yo nací, el primer lenguaje de ellos todavía era español. Entonces, mi mamá a fuerza decía, tú vas a aprender español, no importa a qué escuela vayas, bla, 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 y así estuvo. Así yo aprendí el inglés hasta los 7, 8 años, por ahí. Y sí, mi mamá siempre hacía el esfuerzo que aprendiéramos el español, que lo escribiéramos, que lo habláramos. Ya con el tiempo, pues, se fue perdiendo un poquito mi familia, pero pues, mis hermanos ya la llevan un poquito más.
Para mí fue casi lo mismo, muy parecido. Mi mamá como recién inmigrante, no hablaba inglés. Me tocó aprender el español y como a los 5 años decía mi mamá que me inventaba el inglés. Y entre más se fortalecía el inglés, se me iba un poco el español hasta que en la secundaria, high school, empecé a echarle más ganas. Porque dije, no, es parte de mi identidad, quiero mejorarlo. And, even nowadays, seguimos en Spanglish. We speak Spanglish.
No tanto, pero...
Yeah, it depends on who we're talking to and what our environment is, but the fluidity between English and Spanish with us, like if it's just us, we'll speak in both languages too. Mm-hmm.
Osito Freitas, muchas gracias. Thank you so much. Appreciate it again. All love to you. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Osito Freitas. Is that your real name?
It's cool.
If you want to live in San Diego, you could live in TJ and just commute into San Diego. That would be an interesting thing. I'm so open to trying many different things.
Somebody wrote, I live in SD, and this is the only place I truly like in the U.S.
San Diego, okay.
It's cool.
I really want to visit. Can we go for a few weeks?
Yeah, let's go.
Anybody want to host us in San Diego?
Anybody got an open garage? Y'all Californians be living in your garages?
Yeah. Mario says, what is the biggest challenge to running a YouTube channel?
Organization. I think it's organization and planning the videos is the biggest challenge while trying to work remote and keep a healthy lifestyle. It's tough, especially in the beginning.
My biggest challenge is not interrupting Kevin when he's talking.
Hallelujah. Thank you. Y'all saw it live. We're done. Bye.
Planning, writing out like content that we're not just rambling on camera, keeping things interesting for you guys. My mom tells me all the time, she goes, you guys, when you're on the camera, you speak so seamlessly. And it's like, I'm like, well, most of that is edited. And second, it takes us multiple
Nah, but tries. She's good. She's actually really good. She starts talking, she's like, and I started talking, it's like, I don't even know how to say words sometimes. So
That's true. We have different skills, and so we just bring them together.
I got camera skills.
He does.
I'm like,
he has insane.
Jenny's like, what?
Yes, I know.
I'm like, dude, keep the camera still, man. Relax. But I think that in the beginning, if you're gonna start a YouTube channel, my biggest tip is one, just start simple. Use an iPhone. Get a nice, decent laptop to
or whatever
edit.
phone you have.
Or no, iPhone's really good though. Right now with the iPhone, really that's all we use to film, and like the DJI mics. But in the beginning, we were over here buying GoPros, like microphones, cameras, all these different lenses, and you don't need all that. But that's the challenge, like just moving around. Somebody asked earlier, what's our next place to visit? Well, I think we don't know, but we're gonna stay around Mexico City because we need to focus on Mexico City these next 4 or 5 months.
I'm about to end this live stream if you answer every question with I don't know.
I'm about to end. What? Whatever.
See, I told you he can't talk.
I'm hungry.
Hold on. I have a question for you all. My birthday's next month.
Ooh, that's a good one.
What do you all think I should do? How should we celebrate? This is my 30th, the 3-0. This is a big one. And I don't know if I want to go somewhere new or if we should go somewhere we enjoy and somewhere we've been before. Should we go to a new country? Should we go somewhere in Mexico we haven't been or somewhere we already love and just do new experiences? I like new experiences. Like I would be fine with going somewhere we've been and just do new experiences. But I need help. I am back and forth. How would you celebrate your 30th birthday? Okay, so while you answer that, I'm going to catch up on what other things you all are saying. Brown Al Bundy, hey, awesome channel, thank you. Been a subscriber for a couple of years now, thank you. I think you guys should stick to a niche and upload weekly. Niche, that's great advice.
It's true though, but the content is random.
Our content can feel random sometimes because that's who we are, and our niche. If we were to do just content for Mexican Americans about food, salsa dancing, and traveling, I feel like that's too niche. So at the end of the day, our channel becomes good eats. We share our love for dancing here and there. We travel. We share what it's like to be us, what it's like to see the world through our eyes, and most importantly, what it's like to see Mexico through our eyes.
You make a point though. A lot of people say we gotta focus on one niche and we gotta just do eating, or it's tough. Like think about a lot of people who have YouTube channels, and I feel like when they focus just on travel, people tend to burn out pretty quick. People tend to burn out, or people tend to
like if we only
break up, and it's just too much going on. It's tough. This stuff is tough. I mean, what, Jenny? What do you want to say? Say it, Jenny.
No, I was agreeing with you. I wasn't sure if you were gonna do one of those and then go on a tangent. So I was trying to save you. What I was gonna say is, if we were to do travel guides all the time, like I would burn out. I can't just do travel guides all the time. If we were to only do our personal lives, then I feel like I wouldn't have a personal life, So there has to be a balance, and that's why we try to bring a variety of different things, because you, like our viewers, you all are all so diverse. Some of you guys relate to our content on Mexican American identity. Some of you don't. And if you enjoy watching that still, you're awesome. And some of you all just want to know what life is in Mexico and don't care about other countries. And that's okay. But I can't just only make videos about what it's like to live in Mexico. It's just, otherwise we wouldn't be able to continue this. We have to bring a little bit of here and there. So I hope that you enjoy our randomness sometimes.
True.
Yeah. Have we met any more Chicanos in Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah, tons. And they're like our best friends. Shout out to our friends here in Mexico City.
I love you.
You know who you are. Mexico City has passed la frontera where is la frontera? Are you talking about
se pasó ya de la raya with prices.
Oh, or he's not talking about like the borderlands? Oh. Yeah, rent in Mexico City is just ridiculous.
Hey, Juan, saludos.
Juanito.
¿Qué dicen los zapatos verdes, Juanito? Saludos.
As dual citizens, can you vote in the upcoming presidential election? Do you plan to? And do you have any thoughts on politics? Oh my gosh.
No, we need to do more research. That's all I'm going to say.
Yes, we can vote in both countries. So we're going to be voting in both countries this year. It's pretty exciting. Do we have thoughts? No, unfortunately, because we're very detached from politics, especially more so in Mexico. But this is the year to finally become acquainted.
Yes.
And to form an opinion, because we can't just be ignorant on these things. We got to make one.
Yeah.
So TBD on that one.
EBT.
Kyle says it is easier to make friends in Querétaro. Okay, another opinion.
Kyle has friends.
I'm glad you have friends, Kyle. Querétaro is the second most expensive city in Mexico. Yeah, so someone else.
Ricky Tan, thank you so much, Ricky Tan.
Thank you, Ricky.
Tan.
ADO, the bus line, is now offering about 3.5 hours from Oaxaca to Puerto Escondido. Also using the new road. So then that must mean it is officially open. Nice. I wonder how much it is. We gotta try it.
It's better than that roller coaster you take for 8 hours.
Yeah. Hey, Dave.
Dave.
Acacias is definitely an upper middle class colonia. I would agree. Yeah. Have you been to the Mercedes market? That could be a video in itself. No, we haven't. And you're not the first person to mention that. So we got to check it out.
The last person that mentioned it was
somebody in a YouTube video comment.
Was like, they wanted to go check out the Mercedes market, but not for good reasons.
Not for good reasons?
No.
I don't know anything about it. So maybe don't tell me and I'll just find out when I get there.
I'll tell you later.
Okay. All right. Hey, Cindy, Kawa. Christopher, would love to see you do a series on the great neighborhoods in Mexico City. We definitely need to do a series on the neighborhoods. There's so many, so it might not be complete, but we can definitely do as many as we can.
Yeah, for sure.
Starting with Coyoacan.
Starting with
our own neighborhood. Yeah, great. Yeah, you're definitely right, Chris. Deep dive into places in Mexico City are popular, maybe good for building connections in the city. Cool. Gracias, Jose. Jose Munoz. Mm-hmm. Tanya, is the cost of the land in Puerto Escondido equal to the cost to build a house on our land? Jesus. To build is much more than what we paid for the land, but it also depends on what we're building, and we have big ideas, big ideas. So we want to build will be quite expensive, and we will be building in pieces like a house of Legos.
That's where I'm building my retirement home. There you go.
Kevin's gonna retire in Puerto Escondido. There you go. Seaboy.
Thank you.
Thank you. You guys, these super things, like whether it's 5 cents or $5, they mean the world to us, because your comments, your view, like you watching our videos, sending these little super thanks things, like they're, no matter how big or small, they mean the world to us. You guys hype us up, you guys motivate us, and showing us via all these different ways is very, very much appreciated.
For sure. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Brown Sugar Baby said, how's the weather in CDMX? Is it cold? Trying to know how to pack for next month. Here,
pack a sweater.
Yeah, I hear March, April is like the best time around here. I'll pack a sweater.
You won't need the sweater during the day when it's sunny, but early mornings and the evenings, you definitely want at least a sweater / light jacket. Which internet company do we suggest in Mexico?
We have Total Play. They're pretty good. They're solid.
Yeah, they're not the cheapest, but they tend to be one of the most reliable.
Customer service is solid.
Customer service is good. Compared to what was the other one?
The one Karen has.
What was it again? Telmex.
Yeah.
I already forgot the name of it, but it was horrible. It's the one associated with Telmex, if it is. It's probably called that. That we just read that.
All right, let's see where we go.
Okay. Oh, so the suggestions for my birthday. Thank you. Here we go. Finally here. Should go to the beach in Veracruz. I'm gonna say no, thank you. Veracruz is amazing in so many ways: food, jungles, culture. But when it comes to Mexico, waterfalls. When it comes to Mexican beaches, I don't know that they have very great ones. Like in this port of Veracruz, there are no beaches that we've ever been to. Like there's just the waters are dirty from all the ships coming in. The Gulf of Mexico and that part of Mexico, I would go elsewhere if I'm going to a beach. But if I want to go eat, have a good time, Veracruz is definitely an option. Carlos Alberto Celaya. At any point, have you guys ever felt discriminated against in Mexico City?
No.
Not directly. There have been some people on our videos who say like dumb and rude things about us making videos in English.
It's just part of the business, though.
Yeah, like if you're someone who's putting themselves on a public platform, you got to be ready to take people's negativity, and that happens sometimes. So there have been some Mexicans, and we don't know if they're necessarily from Mexico City or other places, that tell us like, that we're gringos and that we should go back to the US, or that que tenemos el nopal en la frente y que porque estamos hablando en inglés, like why are we speaking English? Like very like similar things that we've also like seen in the US. Like these discrimination happens everywhere, even to the same people. This is where the phrase ni de aquí ni de allá comes from, neither from here nor from there. Because in the US, there will be people who say, go back to Mexico. And then people in Mexico will say, go back to the US. And it's like, well,
I've learned to filter that out already.
We don't really care for those.
We've been good. Mexico City's been decent.
But but that's never happened directly, just on internet fingers.
Go to Vegas.
I've never been to Vegas. I'm not a gambler, but I heard that they have great shows and cool things. So
I don't know if we could afford it.
Okay, we can't afford it.
Costa Rica is beautiful. I heard Costa Rica is beautiful.
I've heard so many good things about Costa Rica.
I heard it's expensive too. Maybe.
Yeah. So budget is also.
Volaris, we could fly to Volaris actually to Costa Rica.
So then, maybe it won't be as expensive.
I mean, you'll be flying in like maybe in the cockpit or something.
Ciao, Valentina. Thank you for saying hi.
I love your random content. It keeps us interesting.
Somebody just asked, have we experienced any earthquakes? And I'm laughing because yesterday, apparently there was one, but we were napping and we slept right through it.
But no, the one that felt bad was in.
We felt
it was like a month ago. No, we were at we were in.
We were at a coffee shop. No, it wasn't a month ago. It was in December. Yeah. Oh. It was in December or early January.
Yeah, that one was rough.
We felt when we were at a coffee shop and we felt the table like
I thought it was just
vibrate,
hungry.
And it was a little scary. So we felt like a couple earthquakes, but they haven't felt super strong. Like we haven't seen any earthquakes cause damage. At least in our experience. Mm-hmm. So they've been very minor, the ones we've experienced, but they're not that bad. I mean, so far, knock on wood. Your niche is seeing Mexico from the eyes of Mexican American, and it works. Thank you, Heidi. I appreciate it because we go in circles. Sometimes,
we go crazy too.
Wondering.
This whole niche thanks to tradition.
Yeah.
On the back end, I guess.
Thank you for the validation. Thanks for loving our random content, Cindy.
No, it's Kawa.
Kawa. I'm pretty sure that's Cindy. Yeah. Definitely relate and appreciate content. Thank you. Here's an idea, Jenny. Go to Finland and do a polar plunge. Was just in Finland and I did it.
Cool. That's cool. Maybe it'll be so cold you'll forget about your fibromyalgia.
No, cold plunges are supposed to be really, really good for you. I do cold plunges in the shower. But I just, go from hot water to cold water really fast, and then I go, and then that's it.
This is a great question. What? 3 times plus 1.
I have a question. Tacos or Chicago pizza?
Like in general, or?
Tacos in Mexico. I'm going to help define his question a little bit. Tacos in Mexico City or Chicago pizza? What's your favorite Chicago pizza, by the way?
Abby's.
And Abby's on Archer on the south side.
On the south side.
Okay.
Abby's.
And then your favorite tacos in Mexico City so far? ¿De suadero or del pastor?
No, the sirloin tacos in the
El Remolquito.
El Remolquito.
South side of Mexico City also. Okay, so tacos del Remolquito, tacos de sirloin.
So this guy's trying to get us canceled. You trying to get me canceled?
Or Chicago pizza. Abby's.
Chicago pizza any day.
With giardiniera though, right?
Oh, Chicago pizza. But like, you're saying Mexico City, but if it was tacos anywhere else, like Monterrey or Coahuila, tacos are any day. It's just hard because tacos are life. Like, you can't just, pizza's not life. So.
Someone said they're visiting Mexico City in March. Should they reserve the pyramids or reserve a tour? So this is Scott Verdine. Love all your content. Thank you so much, Scott. I wish I could give you good advice on this because we haven't been to the pyramids ourselves. But this is something that I think I would prefer to do alone versus with a tour.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can go before you go so that we can share the tips. And the reason I would want to do this alone is because then you could go at whatever time you want and do whatever pace you want. So when you're with a tour group, you're moving on the group's schedule. And that might be okay depending on whatever else you got going on. But
we have to go.
Yeah, we do have to go. But I might want to stay a couple days in that area. Not that it's very far from where we live, so we could go and come back. But that's just personal preference. It comes down to personal preference. Personally, I would want to go alone, but tours are great ways to make friends too. So don't rule out that option necessarily.
The Mayan train for your B-Day.
Go check out the Mayan train. Yeah, and then
Holbox.
Doesn't
Holbox sound cool?
Holbox does sound cool.
Holbox or like La Paz and swim with whales.
Okay, you're talking about you going from one end of the country to the other really fast, but yes, both sound amazing.
Doesn't the train go straight?
No, it doesn't. It goes. Holbox is, we're talking like Yucatan, Caribbean-ish, and then La Paz is Gulf of California/California.
There's no train?
No. I mean, there's El Chepe. We could do that. Yeah. No. Okay. That's a no. Do the locals judge you on your Spanish? I don't know how much they judge us, but sometimes they can tell. Like after some time, they go, "Oh, yeah, your accent's different." Oh, okay, cool. But people are nice, so we've never been negatively.
They are expecting it when we tell them, like, "Oh, you're from the U.S." Like, "Oh, son puchos. Pero ¿por qué habla muy bien el español?"
Yeah, I think on the contrary, people usually are more impressed with our Spanish than anything, than the other way. For your 30th, how about a weekend staycation? Why does it keep jumping back whenever there's a message? It jumps. Help me find it. Oh, staycation at a luxury hotel. Oh. We're not really big on luxury anything usually. Although that is a nice idea. I wouldn't mind if it was free. But when it comes to like where we want to put our hard-earned money, we tend to gravitate towards experiences, which this is also technically an experience. Mm-hmm. If I were to do another luxury hotel, I would do the one like the one we did in Ixtapa, Guerrero, remember? Cala de Mar. If you haven't seen this video, guys, check out our vlog in Ixtapa. Just search Ixtapa, Ipala Travel, so that you can see like the most luxurious resort we have ever stayed at, thanks to a collaboration that we did with Travel and Leisure.
Oh, the hotel.
Oh, I almost cried. It was on the edge of a cliff overlooking the ocean. They had amazing cheesecake. I would pay for something like that, maybe. Yeah, but I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, thanks for the suggestion. Thank you. Sorry, I keep getting lost.
Pharaoh, thank you so much.
Pharaoh X.
Happy you're enjoying the live stream.
Thank you.
Hopefully we haven't bored you.
Kisses. I want to bring something up before, we've been on here almost an hour and a half. I want to let people, go do whatever else they want to do on their Sunday evenings. I want to ask a question to you and to everyone else here. Yeah, to you.
You're gonna let me answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you answer it. What does it mean? Why do we say what we say at the end of our videos? And so that's kind of like a question to you. And do you all find it offensive? Because every now and then, one person will, one or two people will say, why are you telling me to shower? Like, that's rude. You shouldn't say that. And I'm like, that's just our thing. That's what we say. What do we say at the end of every vlog? And why do we say it? What do we say?
Se cuidan, se bañan y nos vemos hasta la próxima.
Take care, take a shower, and we'll see you next time. Is it rude? Do you guys think it's rude?
I think it's rude in English.
It sounds rude in English, right? But in Spanish, it's such, or at least in Mexico.
It's because Mexicans are very...
we're very...
laid back and they mess around a lot.
It's very much a mess around. It's very much a roasting culture.
Yeah, it's a bullying culture.
Let's go with roasting, not bullying. Teasing, roasting. Like, it's very common in Mexican culture. And it's something that we grew up with even in the US with our friends, our family. So people we love, people we care about, we say that to them. And we can, even though we don't.
It's even worse, actually. Like, we kind of like PG that line.
Yeah, that's the PG version. But like with you all, even though we may not know you personally, we think of you as like our family and friends. So it just it's hard to like kind of understand when there's a cultural perspective to it. I think that's kind of like the thing. It's like what's something that doesn't translate well from English to Spanish, like I don't know, but the person who commented actually mentioned that they grew up in Mexico, and they said, because what you said, like, oh yeah, the original version is te la lavas,
which is worse, right?
Yeah, but I'm like, if you grew up with it, then why is it offensive to you? And this person knows who they are, and they may or may not still be watching. But I thought I was really glad they brought it up because it's an interesting talking point. Some people don't understand why we say that at the end of our videos, especially if they don't speak Spanish. So it's like, why are we telling people like, oh, take care? Yeah, okay, take a shower. It's like, to me, it's endearment. It's like, I care about you, so I want you to, be your best. It's also self-care, but it's also kind of teasing. Like,
to me, it's just funny.
Don't forget to shower. It's Kevin. Yeah, it's something I picked up from Kevin. It's not something I used to say before I really started hanging out with you 10 years ago.
It's kind of like the word way, right? The word way derives from what, like an animal. It's like, why you calling me an animal?
Yeah.
Come that way, all that way, no way.
And people love to say that even though they have no idea what it means, right? Like, they're people who don't speak Spanish or not from Mexico. They go, oh, ¿qué onda, güey? Like, oh, that's what Mexicans say. Yeah. And like, usually if you're a young kid, if you say that in front of your grandma might smack you and say, don't say that because it's inappropriate. Exactly. But contextually, if we're talking to your friends, like we are with you guys, it's fine. But if you're offended by it, I'm sorry. That was the worst apology ever. I take it back. I know. Yeah, sorry. No, I really am sorry about my horrible apology. I take it back. Okay.
I'm gonna go down. Letty said, I agree, tacos are vida.
Tacos are life.
Tacos are life.
Mm-hmm. Mas Nord.
Thank you so much. That's too tight. Dude,
you're the best. You just bought us dinner because we haven't eaten all day. we both be posting a YouTube video for my birthday or going live.
Yeah,
happy
for
early
sure.
Birthday. Thank you. We will make a birthday vlog like we did for Kevin because I want one too. We don't know what we're going to be doing yet. Live?
Probably not,
but definitely at least a vlog. Whatever it is we do, we want to share that with you. That'll be fun. And also, nice to have these memories up, right? Birthday idea, hop on a hot air balloon over the pyramids. Love that one.
That's a good one.
Love that one. Cool. Letty's going to Dia de los Muertos celebration this year. Awesome. Excited for you. Grutas de Tolantongo.
That's on the list.
That's a big one. That's a huge possibility
for
a thing. You speak Spanish, but your body language is very American. Yes. And you know what else is very American? Our work ethic, our self-confidence, our self-confidence. I'm just gonna leave it there, because we have a very much we can do anything kind of attitude, and we are always we are often on the defensive when it comes to succeeding and dealing with authorities. We have, I think, the American confidence, which is why we felt like we could stand up to Volaris when they were trying to screw us over, versus other Mexican passengers who felt very intimidated by them. We don't feel intimidated by authority. And I think culturally that has a lot to do with our American upbringing. So we've had friends tell us that socially, as people that they're as friends, we're very Mexican, but then professionally and maybe academically and other things.
The way we go about
our daily lives, maybe.
Yeah.
Very American for sure.
And a lot of the times, to say that it's very American, almost it sounds kind of arrogant-ish or standoffish, but it's sometimes you just gotta stand up for yourself, and it doesn't tend to happen very often in Mexico. So I don't know why, especially with authority the police is rough, but we haven't had any issues with them since Puerto Escondido. But yeah. ¿Qué tal Argentina?
Where?
Valentina Mazzola, o Italia. Pues con los boludos.
Yeah, we're going to travel more. We want to travel more outside of Mexico after our lease is up. We don't know where, but we definitely right now from here until August, we're going to be seeing as much of Mexico as possible,
mm-hmm.
and maybe even through the rest of the year. There are a lot of things that are still question mark.
Gary Green.
Sorry, where?
Amigo, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gary.
Muchas gracias, Gary.
Hugs and kisses. All right, where else are we at?
Tanya, thank you so much too. Thank you.
Tanya, thank you. Appreciate you. I hope you're having a great Sunday night.
I know you've been following us. And
you've been around for a while, and we appreciate you, Tanya.
You.
Yeah. Or people are commenting on the se cuidan, se bañan. It's a Chilango saying, que se peinen. Oh, it is a Chilango saying. Little did we know. Is it something born out of Mexico City? Because
I don't know.
A Mexican joke. Someone said it's not rude. It's a fun way to end the videos. Cool. It's a northern term, not a central thing.
Everybody's gonna fight for the term now. No, it's just Steve G from NC. Thank you so much for joining. I know you've been since the beginning of the chat, right?
Oh, yeah.
To me, not rude, just strange. It is strange.
It is strange culturally because it just doesn't translate, which is why we don't say it in English.
Benito, not rude.
Sorry, just know that it comes from a place of love. That's all. Sorry, where are you?
Benito said, not rude. He actually showered before the...
Me too. That's why we were a couple minutes late, because I was coming from the shower. Keep posting. Thank you, Ricky. Mary says she's off to take a shower. Good, Mary. Plenty of things don't translate well. Hit the road, honey in my ear. Yeah. Se bañan was a Mexican idiom. Yeah, it could be. It's just take care. Take care of yourself. We have not traveled to Belize, but we should. Kevin has a tia from Belize, a really good family friend, Amy from Belize. Hey, Amy, if you're watching, we should definitely go.
Anthony. Oh, by the way, I'm looking for Anthony Lumena.
Are you here?
If you're here,
can you contact us? We need to speak with you.
Can you send me a WhatsApp?
This is one of those overcomes in the grocery store. Anthony,
if you're here, come to aisle 5.
Yes.
Yeah, we really want to. I lost your contact, man, and if you could text me, that would be great. Just want to get in contact with you. Hoping everything is well.
I think we're winding down. Thank you all. If you were here the whole time, if you were here for a few minutes, if you commented, if you sent us super thanks. Les mandamos un fuertísimo abrazo. Big hugs. Thanks so much for hanging out with us this Sunday evening. We would love to do an interview. QB Passport Flex, and contact us on Instagram or email.
Last thing I wanted to answer though. Somebody asked if we network with other YouTubers. Yes. We haven't done a collaboration in a while with another YouTuber, but it's funny when you're kind of in this whole world of YouTubing.
Networking is
key. Like, you get in contact with other YouTubers that are kind of doing similar things. There's a bunch of them. Recently, we haven't collaborated or talked to many of them, but if you're out there and you're watching us, saludos.
And you're interested in a collab, reach out.
Yeah,
we're definitely open. Thank you so much, QB Pass for flexing.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Huge hug.
And then just so you guys have things to look forward to in the next couple weeks and videos, we plan to go to the Monarch Butterfly Reserve in Michoacan. Somebody just said hi from Morelia. Hi, we're going to be close to you. And
somewhat.
Hopefully very soon. Yeah, somewhat. We will be making videos around Mexico City and
hitting up the neighborhoods, the pyramids. We got some cool ideas to talk about, like
food,
the word chilango. Maybe we'll even touch on a little bit on the word way, which kind of brought an idea to me. And just hit like surrounding areas, Puebla, Tlaxcala. Excited. It's exciting. Yeah. It's going to be really good. I think we've had enough time now to reflect and like get these ideas going. So be excited. We're excited. And we look forward to your comments, messages. And we hope you enjoy this live because, we also didn't have a video this week, but we pulled through and it was nice hanging out with y'all.
No, it's nice to hang out with you guys, hear from you all, talk to you all, because the videos sometimes can be such a one-way thing to like get to interact with you all. That's really important to us. We love it. It makes this whole YouTube world feel less impersonable.
Yeah.
Feels more real that you guys are there. So thank you so much for supporting us, like always.
Se cuidan, se bañan y nos vemos hasta la próxima.
Chao.